So in this video, I will going to discuss the answers of your assignment. So your assignment was just to first find the derivative. So number 1, I have 1 over v squared minus 2 over v to the 4th. So to solve for that, I will first transform my given to v raised to negative 2 minus 2 times v raised to negative 4. So I did that so that I could apply the formula, the derivative of x to the n, which is n x raised to n minus 1. So if I will apply that here, I will now get the derivative of y with respect to v. So negative 2v, negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. So negative 2 minus 4, and then v raised to negative 5. So simplifying our answer, this will now be negative 2 over v raised to 3 plus 8 over v raised to 5. And that would be our final answer for problem number 1. Okay, let's go ahead and go to problem number 2. So problem number 2, I have y is equal to 1 over 3 minus 2x. So to solve this, I would extend the formula for the derivative of a quotient to the derivative of constant over v. So if I will solve that, that will be c, derivative of a constant with respect to x, of course, minus c derivative of v with respect to x over v squared. So since the derivative of a constant is equal to 0, then therefore that would now be equal to 0 because v times 0 is 0. So if you will encounter in the problems c over v, the derivative of c over v, which is similar to this case, 1 is a constant, then you will simply use the formula negative c derivative of v with respect to x all over v squared. So let's go ahead and apply that to our problem. So we now have y prime is equal to negative c, so that would be negative 1, and I don't need to write negative 1. Then multiplied by the derivative of v, which is 3x minus 2. So with respect to x over 3x minus 2 squared. So what is the derivative of 3x minus 2? So the derivative of that is simply 3. So 3. So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So all over 3x minus 2 squared. So that is our final answer for problem number 2. Let's go to our problem number 3. And for our problem number 3, we see that we have a similar case to problem number 2, wherein we will simply use the derivative, the formula for our derivative of c over v. So let's go ahead and apply that. So derivative of x with respect to t is equal to negative 3. So just to remind us, negative c derivative of v with respect to x all over v squared. So 3, then derivative of t squared plus 1 with respect to t all over t squared plus 1 plus quantity squared. So what is the derivative of t squared plus 1? It is simply 2t. So all over t squared plus 1 squared. So simplify your answer, and you will now arrive at the final answer of the problem, which is equal to negative 60 over t squared plus 1 plus quantity squared. And then for our bonus question, we have find the slope of y is equal to 7 minus x squared plus 4x cubed at negative 1, 2. So I have already discussed in our definition of the derivative that if you have a curve, and you want to find the slope at a specific point, so let's say at this point, wherein you have an x value, so at point where x is equal to a certain value, and the point at that particular, the slope at that particular point is simply the tangent line. So the slope of the tangent line as well. And we have come to a conclusion that the slope is equal to the derivative. So we will simply get the derivative of our function. So y prime is equal to negative 2x plus 4 times 3, 12x squared. And then that will now be the slope. So for that will now be the equation of the slope. So every point on the curve will have this particular slope. So you simply have to substitute the value of x. So it is at point x is equal to negative 1 or negative 1, 2. So at x is equal to negative 1, so the slope is equal to negative 2 times negative 1 plus 12 times negative 1 squared. And this will be positive 2 plus 12. So the slope is 14. Okay, so that's it for the assignment.